Lesson 32. I have invented the world I see. Today, we are continuing to develop the theme of cause and effect. You're not the victim of the world you see because you invented it. You can give it up as easily as you made it up. You will see it or not see it as you wish. While you want it, you will see it. When you no longer want it, it will not be there for you to see. The idea for today, like the preceding ones, applies to your inner and outer worlds, which are actually the same. However, since you see them as different, the practice periods for today will again include two phases, one involving the world you see outside you, and the other the world you see in your mind. In today's exercises, try to introduce the thought that both are in your own imagination. Again, we will begin the practice periods for the morning and evening by repeating the idea for today 2 or 3 times while looking around at the world you see as outside yourself. Then close your eyes and look around your inner world. Try to treat them both as equally as possible. Repeat the idea for today unhurriedly as often as you wish, as you watch the images your imagination presents to your awareness. For the 2 longer practice periods, 3 to 5 minutes are recommended, with not less than 3 required. More than 5 can be utilized if you find the exercise restful. To facilitate this, select a time when few distractions are anticipated and when you yourself feel reasonably ready. These exercises are also to be continued during the day as often as possible. The shorter applications consist of repeating the idea slowly as you survey either your inner or outer world. It does not matter which you choose. The idea for today should also be applied immediately to any situation that may distress you. Apply the idea by telling yourself, I have invented this situation as I see it. I have invented the world I see. This lesson is telling us it's about cause and effect. The law of cause and effect, the Course says. What is cause? Cause is thinking. Cause is creation. Cause is mind. Cause is thought. What is effect? That which that cause produces. All thinking, the Course says, produces form at some level. We can think with God and co-create with Him in love, or we can think without God, outside of God, and miscreate with lovelessness. Either way, we're thinking. We're expressing our creative power, the power that God is, the power that we have inherently because we were created in His image. We have it too, all the attributes of God. The power of God is creation, and creation is cause and an effect. All thinking, which is cause, produces an effect. This lesson says that we invented the world we see, we made it up, and we can just as easily change how we're seeing it and change the world. Sounds pretty easy, right? This lesson gives us a really great sentence to use to kind of neutralize an emotional roller coaster situation. At the end of the exercise, I have invented this situation as I see it. I, me, take responsibility. I can choose to see this differently because I'm responsible for how I'm seeing it now. The lesson before said, declare your release. It's up to you. When you change the thinking and how you're seeing something, then the experience of it changes as well. Cause and effect. Remember, everyone has their own perception about situations. In relationships, this is why it's so good to use these principles and practices in relationship and why that's what they're for, because you get humbled really, really quickly. Their perception is informed by their own past, their own ideas of the future, what they are bringing, their interpretations. It's like a puzzle. It's a mixture of all of these thoughts and ideas and concepts, and then that shapes, it informs the perception. And then 2 people can have completely different perspectives on the same situation. I have invented the world I see. Recently, a friend of mine was traveling overseas. He was in Scotland, and he was updating me and sending me pictures and letting me know where he was and things like that. And one night he was sending me pictures. He was on a train to the Highlands, and it was fantastic. And he was sending me these photos, and then I didn't hear from him. And I thought, well, that's odd. I hope he's okay. You know, the last I heard, he was on the train. Did he make it to his Airbnb? You know, what's going on? But at the same time, like, you know what? He's a big boy. He's got this. He can take care of himself. Maybe he doesn't have Wi-Fi. Maybe he can't text. It's fine. It's cool. And then another day went by. And then another day went by. And then a week went by. And you may say, Lindsay, why didn't you text him if you were worried about him? Well, first of all, I didn't get the feeling that something was like wrong. I was inventing my world that I was seeing. What I thought was, how dare he just stop texting me out of nowhere? I bet he met a woman there. I bet he met a woman there and he's with a woman. I bet that's the entire reason he went on this trip. It wasn't just for work. I bet he is meeting a woman in the Highlands. How romantic. And I was a little jealous, and I was a little like, I'm not going to be the one to text him. I'm not doing that. And it was very petty and immature and childish. I was inventing this entire fantasy within my mind. I was not. No, we're going to see how long it takes him to get in touch with me, right? Finally, a week later, I had not received any texts. And I did. I did reach out because I felt moved to do so. I felt like it was time. It had been adequate time. What did I say? Are you okay? I haven't heard from you. I'm concerned about you. You know what I said? Are you mad at me? That was the text that I reached out with. Are you mad at me? Did I do something wrong? And he replied, no, I thought you were mad at me. I haven't heard from you in a week. What? I said, no. The last I heard from you were on the train in Scotland to the Highlands. And I responded about a picture, and then I didn't hear from you. And he said, I didn't hear from you either. And I was a little confused, but I said, well, are you home now? Did you leave Scotland? Are you back in Tennessee? And he said, no, I'm in South America. And he said, I made it home to Tennessee, and then I was home for a few days, and then I had to go to South America. He travels a lot for work. I was very confused. And I said, well, I haven't heard from you in a week, and I was concerned, but I knew you'd be okay. And he said, but I texted you. I said, no, you didn't. He said, I texted you every day and you didn't respond, and I thought you were mad at me. I was utterly confused. So I sent him a screenshot of our text thread. And before I had reached back out to him, the last communication had been that one on the train. And he sent me his version, his screen, his text thread. The universe really knows how to just, because he had texted me every day and sent pictures. And on his end, it was, like Wednesday, a message. And then, of course, I didn't get it, so I didn't respond. Wednesday night, a message. No response from my end. Thursday, he sent some pictures. Nothing. And then it's like Friday. I haven't heard from you. I hope that you're doing well back home. Me, nothing. Because I didn't get it. We don't know what happened. Because he had connected to Wi-Fi. He had been back in the United States. And then went overseas again. So you would think at some point those messages would have all come through at once, be it delayed or whatever. They got lost. in the universe. I never received those messages, but by his screenshot, he had sent them, and I could see, the different days. He had been texting me. I had invented the world I see, and man, I condemned him. Bless his heart. He was trying to reach out. He's still sending me pictures, and he was worried about me. But how interesting is it that he also invented the world he was seeing? He thought I was mad at him, and he hasn't told me what was going through his mind. It was probably more innocent than what was going through mine. I have invented the world I see. I'm never upset for the reason I think. I have invented this situation as I see it. We laughed and thought that that was really funny. And we both commented how our minds just automatically go to, he must be mad at me. She must be upset with me. He must be upset with me. I must have done something wrong. He thought he had done something wrong because I wasn't responding. And I was like, he was so great at communication and he just totally forgot about me. Must be some woman in Scotland. Just say what? Bringing the past into the present there for me. So I have invented the world I see. I think God just snapped those messages for that lesson for us. Now, the next time he goes on a trip and I don't hear from him, am I going to do that? I don't know, but I'm going to remember this story. I'm going to remember that it's not what happens. It's about what I'm thinking about what's happening. If I'm emotionally reactive, that is causing that. And I probably won't spiral out and think that and behave in that way. I might think about it for a second and then back off. I don't know. Stay tuned. I'll let you know. Or if it happens with someone else, I will remember this moment and hopefully grow from it. I have invented the world I see. It is how I'm seeing things that is either liberating me or binding me to an experience that is not one that I want to have.